Hey everybody, welcome to the last video in the technician training series. This video is going to be on QLab. Right now we are on the MacBook that's typically in the booth, which has QLab already installed onto it. Let me move my face out of the way. Down here. But I think you could install QLab onto any MacBook. So your screen might look slightly differently when you're doing this, but I hope that the software still works the same. Now what QLab is, essentially it is a program where you can manage projections and sound effects very quickly and easily. So rather than talk about it, I'm just going to open it right up and show you what it is. So right down here on your little bar, you should find QLab right here. If for some reason it isn't here, you can always find it. You can go into your Finder and then your Programs and just find the letter Q and then Lab under your Programs. You should find a screen that looks just like this right here. We've already got a couple files here. These were from the most recent musical that we worked on, but we're going to make a new workspace. So when you open up QLab, you're going to find a little screen that looks somewhat like this in your new project window. And it's empty right now, so we need some audio files. Maybe you want some sound effects, maybe you want some music, maybe you want some projections. You could do video projections, you could do just static solid image projections. You can place anything in here, and similar to the lighting board, every time you press go, it's just going to go to your next cue. So once you have it all set up, it's all pretty easy. So there's a number of different ways you could get sound effects, music, images, or videos. You can always just search up different websites like oh yeah, I'm still learning QLab myself. As you can see here, it's new this year. You can just search like free sound effects. Pixabay, here's a pretty good one. And yeah, there's like a whole bunch of stuff right here. We have some like spaceships, jazz loop, dripping water. Like people just kind of upload different sound effects onto here. Sometimes you'll even find royalty-free ones on YouTube. You can just download like royalty-free explosion sound. And like there you go, there's a whole bunch right there, right? So there's a number of different ways you can find files. But once you actually find a file, you're going to need to drag it into QLab. So just a second, I'm going to actually find a file. Okay, so I found some great stuff here. I found a picture of some mountains. So this is my downloads folder right here, or I guess my recents folder, but they're also in my downloads. I can just literally drag the downloaded image into here. There it is. This was some like harp music. I'll just put that in there. And this was a projection we used from SpongeBob, where my good friend Anthony Sears, it's both a projection and an audio clip as he's speaking over it, and we sort of projected it onto this TV. He was playing a newscaster. So I've got all of these here. You can see I can just press go. And I'm not actually sure if you can see that, just the way that my screen capturing software works, but a picture of mountains came up that would have been projected onto the screen. And you can see after I pressed the escape key, the projection went away, and immediately it's already highlighting the next cue. So I'm going to press go again. Now I don't know if you can actually hear that effect, just because this is just a free screen recording software that I found, and I don't know if I can record my speakers and my voice at the same time, but on my end, the music played fine. Now, if you wanted to stop that sound effect halfway through, like for example, for our last musical, we downloaded an 8-hour ticking sound, like a ticking clock. Your audience probably doesn't want to hear that. So similar to the way that you could stop the projection by pressing the escape key, if you literally press the escape key, you can see right there that the audio clip stopped playing, even though there was still about 9 seconds left to it. And yeah, I can play this clip. Again, I don't think you can hear the audio just the way that my screen recorder works, but it was playing video and audio, and if I'd had it hooked up to the projector, it would be playing both of those. So QLab's pretty simple. If you accidentally drag something in and you want to get rid of it, you just press the Command key, which is the one directly to the left of your spacebar. Hold down that key and then also press Delete. Boom, it's gone. And if you want to undo that, you could do Command and then the Z key. That would bring it back. There's a few little things at the bottom here, like you can kind of change the duration of it manually. You know, you could do some fancy things like change what key on your keyboard triggers it. Probably won't be a reason that you need to do that. You could give it some more like custom geometry here. For example, like this is set up right now, it's just like a full screen projection. But what if you had like a bit of a weird projector that, you know, wasn't like direct, maybe you didn't want the entire scrim to be filled with an image, maybe your scrim was just in a bit of a weird spot. Like again, for that musical we had like a tiny little projector screen at the top of the theater. It didn't take up the entire wall like the normal scrim. You could click on full surface right here, switch that to custom geometry, and then you can move your image around and kind of find your projector that way and change the dimensions to down here. You can change the scale of it, all kinds of useful things. If we go to music, you go to audio levels and just turn down the master to make it quieter. Maybe one of your sound effects is like way louder than the other for some reason. You can turn down the master there. And yeah, I mean, those are the real basics of QLab. Similar to the other things, it's just meant to be simple, right? There's a lot of different things you can do with it, but most of these things just aren't going to be that relevant to what you're doing for the most part. There's always, you know, if there's ever some like weird, obscure question that comes up, you can always just Google it. You know, how to do X in QLab. That's always great. You can always contact me. If you want to send me a little email, contact me right here, coleg@2pi.ca. That's my personal email, so you'll be sure to get me even after I leave RNS. Here I'll zoom in on that, coleg@2pi.ca. And I really hope that this series of videos was helpful to you guys. Can I make myself full screen? Oh, there we go. So yeah, I'm really happy that there's new people using the tech booth. I think it's really great. It's a fun, rewarding activity. Let me know if you guys ever have any questions. Thank you for watching all these.